Before I start, I want to say thank you for all the subscribers, the followers, the comment, the positive feedback. Thank you so much, guys. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for following, sharing, subscribing. Once again, thank you so much. This video is dedicated again to Vrapce, the person that requests this series of videos of how to abbreviate or note taking during the interpreter encounters if necessary. I'm gonna start recommending you the video number 1. If you click somewhere on those boxes, there is video number 1. It's called Note-Taking Secrets for Interpreters. In this video, you're gonna find out hacks about what you can omit in interpretation when you note take, what you can omit in video number 1. In video number 2, you're gonna find a practical advices on how, in base of your brain, in base of your memory, you can decide what kind of text your short-term memory will be able to reproduce after minutes or so, and what kind of information you have to note take. I shared my experience, what worked for me, what information I had to note take because I forget, and this is numbers and names for me, guys. On video number 2, I also give you a practical advice on how to find out what your brain memorize easier and what your brain have a hard time to remember. In base of that, you're going to note take. This thing is individual for everyone. It's personal, as you're unique. Your brain is unique. Your abilities are unique. Your pros and cons are unique. So you and only you can develop yourself. Only you can know your brain. Only you can find out what works best for you. I am just giving you these hacks, and I hope they help you discover what makes you better every day. Okay, so I am creating this video number 2 about secrets in note taking, or somewhat I give you some hints about abbreviations and what I do in order to note take real fast. In video number 3, called Note-Taking Secrets or How to Abbreviate, or my secret alphabets or mathematical symbols that I use in note-taking, you're gonna find out clicking somewhere there. This video is gonna be just the next video that is gonna give you some symbols and abbreviations that I used that did work for me, that helped me to note take real fast and real efficient. But before I start this video, I would like to give you a small hack. I call those hacks to discover your brain. Okay, guys, so if I speak 5 languages, it's not because I'm super smart, it's not because I'm extraordinary, it's not because I do have something that you do not have. To speak a language, you don't need that much words, you don't need that much of hard work, you need to know your brain. So I call these hacks discover your brain. Okay, I also have few master's degree, and also I was able to achieve my master's degrees through a scholarship, which everybody think it's so hard to get. But the thing is, the only ability, the only thing that I had or I work on, was to discover my brain and to see what my brain needs in order to work better, to see how to use your brain, how to love your brain, how to respect your brain limitations, and how to give your brain a break. Yes. I have a page called Mindful Interpreter or Mirror Interpretation Trainings on Facebook. You can add yourself there. you're gonna find different videos all related to interpreting and interpretation. Okay, so the rule number one, in order to make your brain work the way you want it to work, and in order to make your brain elaborate a big chunks of information, is to know your brain limits. When I was in the university in Italy a few years ago, I had a colleague, and she would sit on the desk. You know, in the college it's 2 people or 3 at the room. That time was a female college for me, Casa della Studentessa. It was very renowned college where all the best goes or want to go, because it was in the center of the city. And in this college, my colleague from South Italy, her name was Christina. Maybe she would see that video one day. Hi, Christina. She would sit and study 9 hours a day. Yes, guys. She would take her coffee, she would sit and read, and she will have this book and read. And she would not even have a break. The only time that she would stop would be to eat lunch. Me personally, I back then tried to explain Christina that she would not remember anything if she do that to her brain, because her brain is not a computer that you can put all the information in and elaborate it, and that's it. You gotta respect your brain limits, okay? So when Christina started taking the exam, she actually failed them all, and she was so surprised. For me, that was not a surprise. She would like, oh, you study just few hours a day, and then you do nothing, and then you relax or you change. And I'm like, yep, because I respect my brain. And she wouldn't get that part about what I was trying to say to Christina and to you guys. You gotta give yourself a break, okay? You study few hours, every hour you do something else, you change. You work few hours, you watch something funny, or you read a few rows, or you simply do nothing for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Whatever it is, you have to find it that it makes your brain turn off. But in order to make these hours of studying or listening or working efficient and be best in what you do, is to simplify. Simplify the things in order to make them easy for you, understandable for you, okay? It has to be clear for you guys. Before you interpret, before you do any other kind of profession, teachings, making burgers, whatever it is you do, you have to have a clear idea how you want to do it. What you're gonna do in order to make the result best. It has to be clear first for you. Not to explain it, but to be understandable for you. Whatever information you want to absorb, if it's interpreting, if it's teaching, if it's biking, hiking, boxing, whatever is your passion, guys, you have to be able to understand how it works. Not how it works for others, how it works for you. What works best for you is what is gonna make you the best person in that field. Don't look what other people do, because they find out what works for them. If what works for others doesn't work for you, you have to discover what works for you. Okay, and the number 4, once you find out what works for you, you repeat it until you master it. You have to have your own menu of specialties. I don't mean that like in a food way, but why not in a food way? If you want to be the best in something, you have to have something that other people doesn't have and doesn't know how to. Because I'm repeating you guys, speaking a language doesn't make you an interpreter. Having a master in interpretation and translation doesn't gonna make you work like one. A lot of people try professions because they think it's a good money, but they are not good at it. Doing something on a daily basis doesn't make you good at it. What make you good at it is this little bit of something, a little bit of a gift, little bit of something that you put, little bit of spice that other people don't. And nobody can take away this spice from you again, I repeat, because you are unique. Your abilities are unique, and whatever you do, it's only you can do that way. That's why I'm sharing these secrets with you guys, because nobody can steal you what they don't have. Okay? And number 4, as I said, once you find out what works for you, you basically repeat it. You make it active and automatic for you. Nobody can steal you that again. I will give you the hack number 5, and this is the most important thing I repeat for you guys, and everyone have to find out for yourself what is that the most important thing that will help you be the best in the field. Whatever is the thing that make your brain turn off. Yes. Why you need your brain to be off? It's because you need to create a space in your brain. So if we have to do some meditation and go back to when we were kids, when you were kids, your brain is not busy thinking about problems, about sister, mother, brother, boyfriend. Your brain is pure because there is empty space in your brain. Why kids are so fast in remembering? Why kids learn languages faster? Because they have a space. And when I mean space, I don't mean to get stoned. Here it's legal. I don't know where you're watching if marijuana is legal, but here in Denver it's legal. I don't mean to get stoned and just stay still, not understanding what is happening around you. I mean actively create actively space for your brain to empty itself. What this means that if you're constantly watching TV, playing on your phone, listening music, playing on Instagram, hashtag, I don't know, whatever something, TikTok, game playing on the phone. If you're constantly busy giving crap to your brain will be just like a mushroom in a bottle, basically. Your brain is not gonna work. There is a lot of research about what affect and stimulate the brain, and some of these scientists discover that a classical music stimulate the brain work. That could work for you. You could try that. Listening classic music could help you remember better. In general, classical music and all this alpha, beta, gamma wave music that stimulate the brain work and stimulate particular centers of your brain on a nerve places that are located somewhere here. These things do help the memory. Why it help the memory? Because while you're listening classic music, you're just sitting there and relaxing, and the music is somewhere on the background. So when you listen classic music concert, and which I love doing, and I had a friend from Italy, Alberto, ciao Alberto, ciao amore, who will bring me to this classical concert. What is so amazing about being in a classic music concert? It takes you on a trip. It takes you on a trip that you can cry and laugh and joy and dream by sitting on a chair. This is why concerts are valuable, so much money, This is why artists have such a value, because they're able to take you on a trip by singing, by dancing, by playing music while you are seated. So find out what kind of thing is taking you on a trip. It makes you dream, it makes you go to another place. Not physically, of course, but in this case, mentally. When you go to these mental trips, you empty your brain and you create space for creation. Yes, guys, that's true for me. Another thing that helps is meditation. I know that could sound crazy, but I do meditate every morning for about an hour, and in the evening about 45 minutes if I have time to do so. I don't mean to be religious here, guys. You don't have to meditate as yogis meditate. You could read Quran, you could read Psalms from the Bible, whatever inspires you. You can read Abraham Hicks, whatever inspires you. You could read a few rows and sit and meditate and think what this means for you, what you like to achieve. And if we talk about law of attraction, you can dream. Active dreaming, positive thinking, positive mindset. I recommend you all of these kind of things. And one more thing, because this video is getting a little bit longer than I thought, but I will give you my last hack. Something that helps me a lot. Few things actually, but some people doesn't like art, so it's not for everyone. I'm just giving you all these hacks, things that I do that help me be smart. Smart is funny, right? And weirdo, I am also weirdo, and I'm comfortable in my own weirdness, guys, and I want you to be comfortable with your own weirdness. That's why I'm sharing these hacks with you, how to know your brain, how to discover what helps your brain. So another thing that really helps your brain get inspired is going to a museum. Yes, me personally, I like modern art, I like natural history, I like aquarium, I like any kind of other painting or any kind of a bizarre new way of expression arts. Again, because these arts take your brain on a trip that you forget about the reality. And these trips normally inspires you and give you power to fight, to work harder, to go harder, and so on. Another thing that helps me personally, this is traveling. If anybody knows me better, this is like, if anybody want to get to my heart, that's traveling. I am crazy about traveling, and again, I will tell you why. No phones. Yes, I will travel. I will spend a few months in the mountains if I can, camping. No phone, no TV, no electricity, no civilization, no information to my brain. Yes, because this no information to my brain, it make my brain be creative, it make my brain develop, it make my brain inspire, it make my brain dream for things beyond normal. And this is what you want to do to your brain. Make it dream, make it go beyond, make it create. Because when you dream it, when you imagine it, then you can make it. But if you don't have the space to dream, you're not gonna make it. And another thing, I will say that, because a lot of people will say, oh, I don't have money to travel, I don't have money for this, money for that. I was very poor for 33 years. I'm kind of okay now. I can pay my own bills. If that's okay, I don't know. I know a lot of people watch from comfortable lifestyle and they don't know what's mean to count the coins. But I did this for 33 years, especially studying. Doesn't matter how poor you are, how broke you are, you can walk to a park. I cannot always travel. I cannot always go where I love to go and what really makes me happy. I cannot be in San Diego every weekend. Even if I had the money, I would probably go at least once a month there because I love this city. If I had more money, I would go in Barcelona and other places that I really love, like Paris. I will go to these Greek islands that I love. If I had even more money, I would go to Asia, Vietnam, and so on and so on. I will stop here, guys. But if you do not have the money to go on a trip, find something affordable near you. Once a week to change your horizon, to change the picture, to change the people that you know, just for yourself. I personally go hiking every Sunday, unless like there is something exceptional, but 2 or 3 times a month I will go on a silent walk. And this is something, if you go to this Buddhist meditation center, they will have a 30-minute silent walks in the mornings. I silently hike. This is a habit that I have since I was a child. If I can, I would go every day. So I cannot be in the mountains every day because I work, but I will go in a park and walk around the lake for an hour or two, put my thoughts together, think about what I did today, what I like, what didn't like about my job, how I handled certain calls I could have done better, why I'm so angry sometimes, because we get angry. We get angry at work, guys. I don't know, whatever you can tell me as an interpreter that you're so cool and posture, this is not realistic. We get emotional, especially repeating 10 times the same message. This could be really frustrating. So find out a tactic that will make your anger go away. Sometimes I get really upset with older ladies. I try to keep myself into the professional line. When you ask them the question and they respond something completely far away from what the provider asked, you ask them the second time, the third, the fifth, the 10th time the same question. You interpret the question, but the patient is not responding. Of course, as an interpreter, you start to feeling, and the provider also start to suggesting that you're doing a bad job, and this frustrates you. How I handle this? By meditating over my work or repassing it and thinking why something made me frustrated. Did I make the extra effort to explain to the provider that the patient for some reason is not comfortable? Let's not talk about people that are illegally here and they need a medical help and they're scared to say that they don't have documents, but they need diabetic medicines, for example. I work for these people and I understand, I can feel the problem, but I cannot express it because I can only interpret. How I handle that. How I respect whatever I sense is happening to the limited English speaking person, to the provider, in a way to provide the best services, help this person to get their medicines, and help the provider, the social worker, to understand the limitation of the verbal conversation, because there is non-verbal conversation too. Yes, right. Okay, guys, this video become like a special video. I will call this video Discover Your Brain. As you see, I had just a small note here. I wanted to give you 2-minute speech, but it become longer. So I'm gonna cut it here. How to discover your brain. That was everything from mirror interpretation to Todorova. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, like, subscribe, discover yourself. Be happy, be positive. Have a great day. Bye-bye.